All right, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about the educational reform or restructuring that the government of Nigeria is actually discussing about, I think a week ago. So basically today I'm going to be having a friend and a brother here, Mr. Suleiman, to actually discuss this with me. So let me hand over the mic to him and let's see what he has to say about this particular current educational reform that Nigeria is actually talking about.
All right. Recently, there have been an ongoing discussion about our educational reform in Nigeria. And I can tell you that many personalities has joined in the discussion what we need to do to get it right in terms of our education. Because if we are able to get it right, then I can tell you other things follow. I want you to compare our educational system, Nigeria educational system, to that of Finland and China. Why they were able to get it right, what they did that they were able to get it right that Nigeria is not doing. Because if you check our curriculum we are using, it's outdated. And many people don't know this. Many parents don't know this. So I want to urge Nigerian government to do better for her citizens, because when it comes to our education today, we cannot compete globally. Recently, the governor of Borno State, Omar Zulum, says that Nigerian graduates lack skills to drive innovation. And it's true. Because you see many graduates today, they cannot even express themselves after their education. I mean, this is wrong. Nigerian government needs to do something quickly.
Basically, as for me, I don't believe in the government and I don't believe in their policies. So if we must actually have a reform in the educational system in Nigeria, I think this particular reform should start from individual. So what I mean is this, it should start from you that is watching this video right now. It should start from your home. Never trust government. This is a government policy that can end at any time, specifically if there is change in government. So why would you believe in this particular government to do any reform in our educational system? So what I'm urging parents to do is to actually reform their home in terms of the kind of education that their children actually have. They should reform their home by actually introducing skill acquisition into their home. So if you have a child at the age of 12, 13, 14, 15, that child should be some kind of already doing well in terms of a particular skill, maybe through tailoring, makeup artist of a theme, computer or programming or anything, any skill the child wants to actually, master at all. Make sure you actually put a child or your child into a particular skill acquisition. That is the first reform you need to do. If we wake up tomorrow and we found out that the corruption in the educational system had been wiped out, because nothing is eating the educational system in Nigeria than corruption. So a lot of money is being pumped into the educational system, but the problem is this money circulates within some few numbers of persons, right? And after all, we're going to be having dilapidated, schools all around the country. So how do you believe that tomorrow you wake up, you're going to find out that the educational system has been reformed? Because if we must have restructuring or reform in our educational system, number one, it will start from the teachers. Having qualified teachers is going to actually be the thing that the government must do. And secondly, the equipment inside most of the schools are some kind of dilapidated. So all those particular equipment needs to be changed. And every single budget captured, all those problems that I just mentioned right now. But the problem is once the money is being actually, sent out to actually solve this problem, they siphon the money and you wouldn't see any changes in our education. So why would you wait for the government? So let's see what his thought is about this.
What I think Nigerian government needs to do at this point in time is to take our educational system as priority, number one priority, because if we are able to get it right in terms of our educational system, then others will follow.
So basically, as for me, as I've said earlier, I don't believe in the government and I will never believe in them and their policies because, so if this particular government leaves, this policy they are bringing now will die. I still stand by my word. Make that reform in your house. Revamp the educational system in your house, right? If need be, you can take off some subjects out of the curriculum they actually set for your kids. You understand? If that will actually make your child to actually get to where, he or she wants to get to. So don't allow your children to use the same curriculum that you use. That doesn't fetch you a thing. So if I should actually use myself as a case study, I would say without technology, I wouldn't be where I am today. I wouldn't even be here to talk to you. So not that the educational system in Nigeria is totally bad, because it has prepared us to speak this foreign language, to write, to know our rights, to defend ourselves. That is good. But does speaking English, French, and other languages put food on our table? It doesn't. So we need skill. So sitting here today talking to you is a data analyst, and without me putting myself into that particular lane, the government was not there to help. So I thought of it myself like, after graduation, what is next? So there is no skill, no practical work I can do. So what am I going to do? Being a messenger in an office? I guess no. So I had to go through this particular diploma of a thing to actually further re-educate myself, separately from what the Nigerian government has set for me. You understand? So if individual could actually educate him or herself better in terms of skill, anything that has to do with practical, I think we're going to actually achieve our aim. This is what it is. You see the government, like during the regime of Buhari, he said the Nigerian people are not ready to work and they are lazy. If he said so, I wouldn't say 100% he's wrong. Not that we are lazy. The system here does not encourage us to work. Let's go to UK, US, and Canada. So with our friends there, they're making a lot of money and they're paying lots of bills. It's not affecting them. So they change work as if they change clothes because the works are available. If things goes, very tough for them, they have the money to actually, fend for themselves, no matter how it is. And this is what it is. They cannot work in this particular country if they do not have skills. If you do not have skill in other countries other than Nigeria, what you're going to be doing to actually earn money is a menial jobs. You get it right now? So if you want to earn high money, it must be something that has to do with practical. You understand? Maybe you're actually in tech, you're under health, or you're actually a plumber, or you actually just a normal, stylist. You understand? Whatever has to do with practical pays more in other countries compared to somebody who is just a messenger. So not only in those countries, let us come back to our country. If you have practical, knowledge, you stand chance to make more money than somebody who just went to school and read, sociology, computer science, and all of that. By the way, who does computer science help in Nigeria? Because in Nigeria, you study computer science, at the end of the day, you come back home, you cannot operate computer. I didn't study computer science. I think I actually studied public administration. And today, I'm telling you firsthand that I can beat hundreds of computer science students hands down when it comes to the softwares I use for my daily jobs. This is what I did not acquire from school. So what am I saying? Encourage your kids to learn from the roadside mechanic. If they want to study mechanical engineering, they will do well when they grow up. Encourage your children to actually learn site work. If they want to become builder tomorrow, they will do well if they study architect or any other related courses. You get it right now? So don't actually leave this to government, because government is a business. They do what interests them, what put money in their pocket, not what interests us, we the citizen. You get it right now? If this country must work, individual must channel their energy to actually better position themselves in a particular frame whereby you're going to achieve your aim without the government.
Okay, in as much as we want a better society for our children, I think this is where government needs to come in. Okay, because if government has already prepared an educational system that you can be able to compete globally, I think we're not going to have problem. Okay, all I want government to do is to take our educational system as number one priorities. Okay, because without that, Nigerians are going to suffer. Nigeria will not be able to compete anywhere we find ourselves. Nigerian government need to take our educational system serious.
All right, this is all we have for you guys for today. So we're going to be seeing you in the next episode. All you have to do is to make sure you put Nigeria first and actually think of what you're going to do for Nigeria. Don't think of what Nigeria will do for you. If you do that, we're going to have better Nigeria that we had ever been dreaming of. So see you in our next episode.